Hi guys, welcome to the channel or welcome back. Today's video is basically going to be a piercing tour. I wish I would have put on my YouTube channel in the community section or tab like questions to ask, but we'll make a part 2 to this because I don't know any questions, but I'll let you know a little bit, like pain scale I guess, or we might add that to the part 2. So there will be a part 2 if y'all drop some questions on each piercing or whatever piercing you're interested in getting that I have, and ask me any question you want. How bad it hurt, the amount of time it takes to heal, what gauge I have, which I'm still like, I've had piercings for so long, some of these that I forget what gauge they are, but I'll figure it out for you because I'm going to be switching all my piercings soon. So yeah, so let's get into it. So I want to start with my face piercings. Sorry for this like lighting, I apologize. I should be doing this with my ring light, but it's kind of broken right now, so I have to get a new one. Part 2 will be pretty much a lot better of a video. If you're watching this way after I put this out, and the part 2 may be on my channel, so go check my channel out if you haven't and look at the part 2. I'm not going to go in order because I really don't even know. I've been getting piercings since I was 16, but I'll show you my face. So a lot of people like this piercing. I love it. It's one of my favorite piercings. It's called the Anti-eyebrow piercing or butterfly kisses. You can look it up on Google. It does tend to get infected a lot sometimes because I wear foundation or powder or whatever. Every time before you go to bed or whatever, you know, make sure you take off that makeup because sometimes I struggle with that, especially after a long day of work. And that one didn't hurt as bad as you would think it is. It's just a surface piercing, so it really did not hurt as bad as y'all would think. No, not. It was probably like a 1 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10. So next is my nose piercing. If you can see it, I'm real close up, but I don't know, the lighting's kind of, but it's a dangly one I have in right now. It's like a little cross, and I pierced this side myself when I was like 17 or something. It's been doing well, and yeah, I love it. I love putting hoops in. Sometimes I have my other one in, but it fell out and I need to push it in, but I'll switch it up sometimes because I have my septum. So let's talk about my septum. Like I said, I do have a second nose piercing, but it's out right now. But I got that done professionally because you should get your piercings done professionally, please. So my septum right here, I believe this is a 14 gauge. I believe, yes, I believe so. That one did not hurt as bad as I thought it was going to hurt. If I would rate it, it would probably be like a 4 out of 10. I don't know. Didn't hurt that bad. Because it's really all the way up, like, all the way up here. It's not like it's like right here or anything. It's a really, yeah. Really a nice piercing. I like it. Love it. Definitely worth it. And it suits me. I love piercings and I love tattoos. This is a really good vape. It's the frozen watermelon raspberry with 6,000 puffs. Cali bars. They're really good. They have really good flavors. You know, if you smoke vapes, whatever. I know they're bad. So next one I'll talk about is my most recent one. This was about a year ago. Oh my gosh, time flies. This one, I had lip filler in. Like, my lip filler is pretty much completely gone now, but I had like 2 syringes of lip filler in my lips at the time, and I didn't know if they could do it, but they pierced it. I changed the jewelry to a smaller little diamond, so it's cute. But before, if I can show y'all a picture or video before, I'll put it in right now. It was just this big, like, it was big. It was a big, just, I don't know. It was big on my lips, and I didn't really like it at first, but you can change it. The pain tolerance for that one, the pain, I would say on a scale 1 to 10 for this would be, I don't know, it didn't hurt as bad as I thought it was going to hurt. Like, I feel like every piercing does not hurt as bad as you think it's gonna hurt. But it was probably like if I had to remember, maybe like a 4 out of, no, like a 2.5 or 3 out of 10, because pain is only temporary. You just got to think that way. Like this, I'll tell you my most painful piercings at the end. Okay, I'll tell you my most painful, but we're talking about this. So yeah, I really love this piercing. It's really cute. It's one of my favorites too. I feel like I need this, but I could take it out if I needed to. But my favorites are my tongue. So people think it's 3 piercings, but it's actually 2. So just like this is a surface piercing, right? These 2, well, this one in the front of my tongue, the tip, is called a scoop, and it's a surface piercing. You see what I mean? So it's just one piercing. It's called a scoop. It's not the snake eyes, right? That's what they call those ones at the very tip. They ruin your teeth. A lot of piercers will not do it. I asked for it at first because I didn't even know about the scoop. And they told me, like a lot of places, like 5 places told me, I'm not doing it. It'll ruin your teeth. Like, don't do it. If you find a place, then let them do it. But I suggest you don't. I don't know. These don't really hit my teeth like that. It hits the roof of my mouth more. But the snake eye piercing would be right here. It would be very, very small location. These are more far back, and I suggest you go for the scoop, okay? The surface piercing on your tongue, it's called a scoop. It's just like the snake eyes, but safer for you and your teeth. So keep that in mind. The healing process was a lot faster than my first tongue ring that I got way before this. The middle one, that one, it took 2 weeks for the middle one, and it was painful. It was awful. They use a long bar because your tongue is gonna swell so much to the point where even drinking a smoothie is gonna hurt. Like I couldn't really eat that much for the first week. It was bad. You're not gonna be able to talk right. But I would have to say the actual piercing. Let's go with this. Okay, so the surface piercing, the scoop, that one, the healing process is about a couple days or a week. Less painful than the actual normal middle tongue ring. Okay, so that was not painful at all. I would say that was like a 1 out of 10. I have a high pain tolerance though. Maybe a 2 out of 10 if y'all want to say that. And then the middle one that everyone gets generally, it didn't hurt that bad. It hurt more than the scoop. But like I said, pain is only temporary. I would say that one was probably like a 4 out of 10, maybe like a 4.5. You know, it was a long time ago, so I can't remember pain like that, you know. I think it was like my 3rd piercing or something. I don't even know, but maybe my 4th. I don't know, because ears and stuff. But yeah, I love my tongue piercings. Like, I don't ever want to get rid of them. When I was in jail, and y'all will hear about my jail story when I make my addiction video, but when I went to jail, I used to use the little combs and put it through so it would not close. Little tip there. Okay, so going on. Speaking of ear piercings in jail and all of that, I'm in recovery, so you know, I got myself into some trouble, blah, blah, blah. I went to rehab. In rehab, this girl ended up getting, like, gauging kits or whatever. Her mom brought it to the rehab. I don't even know you can even do that, but whatever. So we gauged our ears, right? That's how you say it? I don't know. So we gauged our ears, and I got my ears up to, I think, like a 0. I don't really remember, y'all. This is forever ago, like 4 years ago. 5 years ago. And so I have my ears pierced, and I pierced my ears all by myself with a tack when I was like 14, like all up here. It got infected. Don't do it by yourself. But I have like 2 on each side that are open, but my main ones are like I mean, a piercing will go right through it because I had my ears gauged. And in jail, I had to take out all my jewelry. You have to take out all your jewelry. And there was nothing that I could do to keep the size 0 gauge that I had. It went down, but it definitely could fit, like when I wear hoops, my ears drag. And the hoops go all the way through. Like, you can push it all the way through and just spin them in my ear. Like, it doesn't hurt. So my ears didn't fully go back to normal, which, whatever, it is what it is. So let's talk about, I have a belly button piercing. Okay, so let's talk about that one. That was my first piercing, besides my ears. So, belly button piercing I got when I was like, my mom made me wait until I was 16. I was like, okay, my 16th birthday, so I got it when I was 16. I got that pierced twice, and I'll tell you why. And this is what you should and you shouldn't do. So, listen to the piercers when they tell you how to take care of your piercing, please. So I got my belly button pierced, okay, and on the top, right? And I was just like, I like to mess with things. Like, I like to touch my ears a lot. I like to mess with my piercings a lot. So it was my first piercing, and I was just touching it constantly, like spinning it around, the ball on it, and just like touching it. I don't know why. It was just something I had to, like, it was in my mind. I just did it without thinking, and it got infected. Like one of those keloids or whatever formed. And I was like, oh my God, and it hurt, and I had to take it out for like a couple months, and I felt so like numb, blinged out. So I was like, nah, I need to get this pierced. And I was scared because of the scar tissue, but I got it re-pierced, and it wasn't too bad. So I would rate that, like, I don't know, it was so long ago. But I mean, the first time it was like maybe like a 4. Second time was probably about a 5.5, somewhere around there, high pain tolerance for me. I don't know. I don't know. So everyone's different. But yeah, just make sure you're not touching it and stuff when you first get it pierced. Make sure your hands are clean and, you clean it up right. Then I'll talk about my most painful piercings that are no longer here. And if I missed anything, I'll let you know in the description. But I had my pierced right here in this area. Those were probably one of the most painful. And then I have a second. Yeah, they were the most painful because when you get like double, okay, so most things are one time, like your septum, it's one time. But you get one done and then you get the other done. So the first one was like, I didn't know what to expect, whatever. So he's piercing me. He goes, I tell every piercer when I get pierced, I'm like, they want to say, oh, I'll count down from 3, 3, 2, 1. I'm like, no, do not do that. Don't tell me when you're going to do it. Just do it, okay? Just tell me to breathe and do it. And so that's what he does. And the first one was probably like a 6 or 7, maybe a 6.5 out of 10. The second one, because I knew what it was going to feel like, I don't know, or maybe it was just a little rougher, it hurt worse. That one was about a fucking 8 out of 10, okay? And I don't know, it just hurt worse for me. These hurt worse, but they're out because I had to take them out because of jail. So I had to let those go about 4 years ago. That's about when I got clean and I went to jail, about 4 years ago. So, had to lose those, and I really don't want to go through it again, I mean, maybe in the future, but, I don't want to go through it again. It's not really worth it to me. The second thing that hurts really pretty bad would be, I had 2 dermals. I had 2 dermals right here on my collarbone, right here on each side, okay? Well, one on each side. And they were so cute. I love those. I'd probably do it again, but in a different area because it's so thin of skin. They ended up rejecting after about a year, and it sucks, but I loved those. But they hurt. The reason they hurt was, look it up. Look up people getting dermals. They have to gauge. They use the gauge thing to gauge and get your skin out and everything so that they could put how the dermal is it's, you know, like, you know, a diamond or whatever you're using. Usually they put a diamond in first or whatever. I don't know, maybe everyone's different piercers, whatever. But for me, they use the diamond, and, you know, there's like a little plate. It's like a square, not a square, like a rectangle plate. So it's the diamond and then the little bar and then the rectangle plate. And then after they gauge it, they twist it, get your skin out, take it out, and put the metal plate underneath, and they have to like push it in between your skin, and it, like, they're literally digging into your skin both times. So I mean, and then you have to get it a second time, because I got my collarbones, both of them dermaled, you know, both sides. Some people get one. Like, people think these are dermals, but they're not. You know, I don't know where I would get my dermals, you know, if I did decide to get new ones, but yeah, those were probably the most painful piercings I have gotten, the dermals, because y'all just, it sounds painful, doesn't it? So, but they were beautiful. I was so sad when they came out. They would get caught up on my car seat, but yeah, that's basically it. Please ask questions so I can make a part 2, because I want to answer, like, you know, like the process and everything for each piercing. And I want to tell you, like, I told you the pain level pretty much. For the dermals, I would say like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, but and my pain tolerance is high, like I said. But anyways, so yeah, I want to just answer all your questions. Answer your questions if you just drop comments below. That's what I'm going to do, a part 2. So drop your questions down below. Let me know how you liked this video. And let me know what piercing you like the best, which piercing you want, like, so I can tell you about it and answer every question you desire for me to answer. All right, love you guys. Have a good rest of your day or night or morning, and subscribe, like, comment.